posture. Good, good. Okay, recording has commenced. Okay.
Also, I just want to say that I reminded Land about the gathering today. And he said he's going for his full body scan in
Yes.
a little bit. So he
Yeah.
could, he says hello to everybody, but I'm glad you're recording it.
Oh, glad. Wish
and
him
I look-
well. Hope it all turns out good. And now we're looking at something that's a free repertory. Homeopathy and homeopathists are so generous all over the world. They've taken these giant books that would take you years and years to read and put them online where you can do actual searches. And what I have pulled up, guys, is something called a repertory. Who can tell me what a repertory is?
A set of tools.
Yes, a set
Yeah,
of tools where you
repertory.
type in, it's like a symptom dictionary, you guys. It's like a symptom index. And who can tell me what Materia Medica is? What is Materia Medica?
Reference point documentation for us to draw symptoms and then and situations and then develop appropriate responses.
Yeah, so it's the Materia Medica is the description of the drug, basically. So Materia Medica is the drug description and repertory is the set of symptoms. Everything is in plain English, but recognize that it's Old English. So you have to know certain things the way homeopaths 100 and 200 and 300 years ago wrote. Some of it has been translated from German and French into English. So make some accounting for that because frequently words get mistranslated, but it's super simple. This is the common man's medicine. And let's start first with how many kinds of repertory there are. Do you see me pull down this list? We have a fantastic repertory by a guy called Bonninghausen that tells you general symptoms. Is it right-sided? Is it left-sided? Is it top of the head? Is it bottom of the head? And for someone who doesn't want to deal with anything else except that, they can actually arrive at some pretty good remedies using simple techniques that are called modalities. My headache comes on only in the morning. My headache comes on only at night. My pain gets aggravated at 7 p.m. All of that is in the therapeutic pocketbook of Bonninghausen, Repertory and Repertory. The second repertory that is kind of really good is something called Herring's Guiding Symptoms. Do you see my cursor here?
Yes.
That's Herring's Guiding Symptoms. And he wrote a big giant book, which I have, which is, if you can see my hand, it's this big. It's about 6 inches thick, guys. And if I want to read it at night, it would fall on my head. That's how heavy it is. But here we have it online. And so when Maria said height sickness, I wrote the word ascending and I wrote the word height. So I write ascending and I write the word height. Now you might use the word elevation and you will not find anything under elevation. So you have to think about that a little bit. What sort of words describe height? So when you ascend to a height, and the wild cards are what you put in after that word to describe, and in fact, I should not say even ascending, I should say ascend, because it could be ascending, it could be ascended, ascend, and height, I could just put in H-E-I-G-H-T or H-E-I-G, but there's just one word called height. And then I go to this little lens here and hit the search button, and look what pops up.
Coca.
Coca, coca, coca. And that's the remedy for Maria. The other one that pops up is Burita carb. And let's look at the symptoms. When this happens to your inner chest and lungs, you feel a fullness. You feel congestion, heaviness, oppression, tightness when ascending a height. That's Burita carb. You run out to the grocery store and get Burita carb. On the other hand, when you're ascending in your inner chest, you get spasms, like your chest is constricting, angina, constriction, cramps from overexertion. You get stitches in your chest and belly in ascending heights. and you become really cold. That's coca. It's the classical symptoms of height sickness, and it's made from coca leaves that the Incas chewed in order to climb great heights with great burdens of weight on their back without blinking, without a problem. Another remedy that comes up here is sulfur, and let's see what that does. Neck and back. Neck, goiter, if your glands feel all swollen. Respiration is interfered with, large respiration. Cause depression when ascending heights or walking quickly. When you're walking uphill or walking very quickly from exertion, sulfur is a great remedy. There's a nervous remedy. Your nerves are affected. Activity, increased activity, buoyancy, unusual, enabling one to ascend great heights, carry burdens, or run rapidly without fatigue or breathlessness. That is stramonium. If you have stramonium, that's another good remedy. And it's actually more mental in this case. So you have to make the decision on whether this is sort of a mental ability that is impaired. Is it your chest specifically that's impaired? Is it that your glands feel swollen and your respiration feels constricted? And it gives you the flavor for what remedy it is. And nerves, you feel really fatigued. That is a nervous fatigue, lassitude, languor, loss of energy, tiredness, weariness from exertion, and particularly ascending heights. This is coca. And guess what? Coca has the same symptoms that COVID had, and it has worked brilliantly in the COVID epidemic worldwide, especially in India. What do you suffer in COVID? Long-term, short-term, lassitude, great fatigue, can't move. You feel like you can't lift a spoon to help yourself. You're tired, you're so weary. Any exertion makes you tired, and especially going uphill. That's coca. If your respiration is oppressed and heavy or impeded when you're going up or walking quickly, and in particular, if you have thyroid issues, sulfur is great. If you have a heart-type shortness of breath when ascending, burrito carb. And if it's just overexertion in ascending and coldness of skin and just tiredness, it's coca. Another great remedy is you're dreaming and you're getting exertion, you're feeling exhausted just in your dream from ascending a height. That's bromium. So already you have 9 rubrics, and you're gonna go not just look at these rubrics when determining your remedy. Let's pick a couple for Maria: burrito carb, coca, and sulfur, or stramonium too. You go look at Materia Medica. You go to Materia Medica and let's look up coca. So you look at, say, let's look at boriki. Boriki is a Materia Medica, which is a description of the drug. And coca, let's see what coca brings up. Here's coca, cocainum, coca, Coca-Cola, coca. Let's see what this is. Let's look at the various symptoms. Oh, this show all results section. Here we go. Show all results. Hold on. Let's look at Clark for coca. Clark is another Materia Medica. And Sancris, Cuprum, he doesn't have coca. Coca. No coca in Clark. I'm surprised. Oh no, I'm not looking at Clark. That's why. Here's Clark's Materia Medica, and we look at coca. Okay, here we go. Ambra grisea, coca. This is coca. So here it describes the medicine. Can you read this? It's been used for centuries by natives of West South America as intoxicant, as a remedy for vata, the condition induced in persons on coming to live in high tablelands. Faintness, throbbing heart, head, dysentery, blah, blah, blah. It is like tea and coffee in arresting tissue change, enabling those who take it to undergo unusual fatigues, such as backpacking.
Ah,
And here they tell you to compare coca to other remedies such as arsenicum, which also has effects of climbing. It hurts you to exertion, fatigues you when you climb. That's arsenicum album. Stramonium. Stramonium has also the same thing, ascending problems. Exertion and ascending causes respiratory distress. That's stramonium. But stramonium has other properties such as they like company and light. So you might be a stramonium. Coca, like solitude and darkness. You might be one that likes solitude and dark. So if the remedy fits, and if it fits your general personality, this is it. In addition, he has Paulinia, Scutellaria, Cypripedium, Valerian, Canadensis indica, Coffea cruda, Tabacum. And these are several remedies that have a similar rubric to coca, which are similar in nature to coca. So that is the Materia Medica. And when you have an issue such as, I don't know, respiratory issue, you can go to the Repertory. You can put, now coca is a great remedy for constriction of the chest. It's a great, Barita carb is a great remedy for congestion, heaviness, oppression, and tightness. And so Barita carb is a wonderful remedy for someone who's got lung cancer, say, and they have oppression. They feel like they're breathing thick air, as is coca. Coca, you're breathing thick air. And so this is how you look at the Repertory and the Materia Medica. Now, this was herring. And the reason I bring up herrings is there are specific symptoms, whereas Boricae is more general symptoms. Boger is more general symptoms. So let's look at general analysis by Boger and see what comes up. Okay, so what are we going to look at again? Tell me what you would like. Breathing when you're, say, waking up. Breathless when you're waking up. Let's see if that brings up anything. Nothing. Let's look at breathless. Child with breathlessness. Cough and expectoration, cough rough, hacking short, making child breathless. Croup and Natrum muriaticum is a great remedy for that. When you get breathless from nervous tension, activity increased, mind and disposition, buoyancy is unusual, enabling one to ascend great heights, carry burdens, or run rapidly without fatigue or breathlessness, that is stramonium. Opium is another one which has breathlessness in it. And so you just look at all these remedies, look at the common English description of them, and then look these remedies up in the Materia Medica, which is the description of the drug. So it might feel like it is burdensome, but it's actually not at all difficult to.
What about leaking? Standing up and leaking.
Okay, urination. So we look at urination.
Oh.
Urination, standing, stand. Look at how many.
You.
Aconite comes up first. Fainting, syncope, urination, standing while. If you're feeling faint and you pee while standing up, that's aconite. Bladder, pressure sensation, pressed out as if it would be better standing or sitting with legs. Better standing or sitting with legs crossed or lying down. That's sepia. So this is not the one. This is better with standing or sitting, so not sepia. Here's another one, petroselenium, urination, desire constant with itching and tickling in urethra, worse in the morning in bed, better sitting or standing, chronic cases, old persons. But this is not the one for you because this is not better standing or sitting. It's better standing or sitting. Dribbles when sitting, passes freely when standing. That's an excellent one.
Yes.
Sarsaparilla. Dribbles when sitting, passes freely while standing. Bladder paralysis, involuntary enuresis, C in drops, night also in bladder presses. Remember that remedy. And I'm doing a run. Sarsaparilla is a great remedy. Rainbow might have it too. Another good remedy is belladonna, urination involuntary when standing.
Mhm.
But the belladonna is more nervous, more mind, more throbbing, red. Sarsaparilla is specifically related to kidney function. So it's a great remedy for that. Urination position almost touches floor with forehead in order to be able to urinate.
Oh, wow.
That's bye, puppy. It is such a specific remedy. Puppy, I love you. And that's Pereira. Zinc, urination sitting, cannot pass while standing. So you can't urinate while standing. You can only pee sitting.
Wow.
And it's brought on by, made worse by worry.
Mm.
So sarsaparilla again could pass urine only when standing urination. Another one, let's look at chimaphila. Urination standing, inability to pass without standing, with feet wide apart and body inclined forward. This is
yeah.
not the one.
No.
Urination, strangury, chronic from standing on a cold pavement, not the one. Urination, urging day, chiefly worse during the day, worse the more he stands. Ferrum phos. That's an excellent remedy. Ferrum phos, the cell salt.
Except for me, it's like I'll be sitting and then I'll stand up to go to the bathroom, and the bathroom's totally opposite where where I'm sitting. Way, by the time I get to the bathroom, I feel myself starting to leak.
That's sarsaparilla. So the only remedy of these that fits is sarsaparilla.
Okay.
Excellent. Anyone else want to look at anything? And let's look at the Materia Medica for sarsaparilla.
Oh yeah.
SAR.
Are all these online?
All of them are online. You can buy a Materia Medica, anything. Sarsaparilla. Why is this not? Okay, because I didn't hit search. No, star. No results returned for this. Let's look at Boriki. Let's look at Alan's keynotes. Let's look at SAR. Sarilla. No results. How come no results? That's really weird.
Yeah.
All these do have, these remedies do have. My computer, let me just reboot. There we go. Let's look at the Materia Medica, Clark, Sarsaparilla. Why is that not
Maybe
happening?
spelled differently.
Yeah, let me just do this.
2 L's.
Yeah, I think so too. Because we used to get that from the sarsaparilla. We used to get the bark from a tree.
Sarsaparilla. Okay, got it. Sarsaparilla. Got it. There we go. Here we go.
Okay.
And so clinical aspects are asthma, bladder, affections of bones, affections of cirrhosis of Bright's disease. Bright disease is kidney disease, kidney calculi, constipation. So these are sort of the clinical names of these things. Characteristics of the remedy are like this, and the herb. And here Clark describes what it does in homeopathic terms. So this is worth reading because it's so fascinating. Like an example, one of its most eruptions, pain between the flesh. Okay. Relieved tenderness. So let's read this. Relief tenderness of the liver, which remained. The patient had a painful menses for 20 years, that is continuously from the commencement, except 1 year when at school at Turnbridge Wells. She used to begin generally early in the morning with bitter vomiting, diarrhea, and fainting fits, with exceedingly cold perspiration. The pain in the back, thighs, and hypogastrium she described as dreadful. She had to lie down the first day. The second day, the pain continued until very bad, and so on. And so he actually describes here cases where this has been an excellent remedy and it was very, very curative. Pain shoots in different directions. And then this is general characteristics. And then you look at the symptoms. You look at urinary symptoms of
Okay, September. Okay, was there something on the back page?
Here we have diminished secretion of urine, frequent discharge of pale copious urine, tenesmus, meaning cramping or stricture, with pressure in bladder and discharge of a white and turbid matter mixed with mucus, frequent and ineffectual want to urinate or with scanty emission, and so on and so forth, you know?
Okay.
So it's
I'm
kidney
just,
symptoms are very
okay,
common.
I'm working this one that's got like 23 of them.
Doesn't realize she's not muted.
Yeah,
Ah,
but yeah, some of them,
My
but there is a contract and
need to
it's for
mute.
some for next year, and then there's
Can you
some
mute her?
that
Could you
are
mute, let
reached
me
like
see if I
next
can mute.
week. But you're saying you want, so you want me to do them?
There. Okay, got it. I didn't. I could do it too.
You know, that's interesting because I have no pain, no burning, no anything. The only
And-
thing is all of a sudden, if I've been sitting for a while, I go to stand up
Yeah.
and, you know,
Yeah.
I leak.
Sarsaparilla and a mother tincture would be great. 5 drops and half a cup of water. twice
Okay.
a day. And you can buy a mother tincture on Amazon or maybe even at one of these grocery stores.
Maybe Good Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And any so tincture is really you get tinctures in these stores, you know, it'll say sarsaparilla, and you just take it a drop or two, put it in water, succuss it, and take a shot, you know, like a tiny sip morning and night, and there you have your remedy.
And I could probably also buy the herb and make my own tincture.
Yeah, you make your own tincture, but you want to make it very homeopathic, meaning very, very dilute. So
Okay.
you steep it in alcohol, the herb, take a drop of it, put it a couple of drops, put it in a little bit of water, and that's your tincture.
Uh-huh.
So that, folks, is how you look at the repertory and materia medica. The repertories are varied and many. So Tyler has a mini repertory. The Publicum is a repertory, which is a combination of Kent and a couple others. This is German, so this particular repertory is in Deutsche. This is Kent's repertory. This is Herring's repertory. This is Cowper-Thwaite's. You know, I've not you because it's in Dutch, but I've heard it's a good one. This is Boger's Synoptic Key, which is if you can. Oh, you can't see my book, but I have the book and it's awesome. And what the Synoptic Key does is, let me introduce you to the Synoptic Key. This is very brief, very to the point, and actually looks at the pathology. So it's very, very good. So if I say tumor, ovary, say, let's see what shows up. Tumor, not ovary, nothing shows up, but tumor, erectile tumor says lycopodium. If I say eruption, itch, it's going to show up. Itching, scratching, eruption follows. Eruption follows itching and scratching. Ammonium carbonicum, oleander anise. Skin eruptions, which are itch-like, that itch a lot, you know, like flea bites. They itch a lot. Sulfur is a great remedy for that. Sepia, selenium, lycopodium, hepar, causticum, and carpovegetop. So this is a very concise repertory with very to the point symptoms where you can put it in. I would recommend you start with Boger's Synoptic Key if you don't have much time and want a lower selection of remedies. Boger, let's see, urination. So many urination remedies. Okay, urination stand. Urine stand. Standing ameliorates. Standing makes the urination better, not worse. So it does, that's not what we're looking for.
Well,
Urine.
maybe, I don't know what they mean by makes it better. I mean, mine flows more quickly from saying.
Well,
Although-
you're by this. Oh yes, yes. You can pee better standing. There's that.
The thing is, I can go a lot of the day and I'm off somewhere and I never have to pee, but because I haven't been sitting, I've just been walking and doing things.
So walking doesn't. Yeah. So
But
what
it's when I'm, yeah.
what this says to me is walking is when your muscles tighten up and you're able to hold your bladder, but sitting and standing, there's a sort of a paralysis, and that's sarpsarilla.
Okay, I got
It
it.
gets better from sitting, which is you can only pee sitting, then that's a zincum. But if it gets aggravated, which means you pee when you don't want it, see, sarpsarilla sticks out a mile. So bulgur is great. If you have, let's look up headache, head, say migraine. Migraine, let's see, because they used to call it megrim. Oh no, megrim. Or just say temples. So these are the temple headaches. External head, bones and scalp, hair falling, temples. Kali carb and natmur. Natmur is great for migraines, temple headaches. If you have bones and scalp and temples hurting, natmur is a good one. Head one-sided symptoms or alternating temples, that's hypericum, lycopodium, and sulfur. And for temples alone, throbbing headache, these are wonderful remedies. Anacardium, argentum metallicum, belladonna, china is great, especially if you've had fluid losses. Pulsatilla is another good one for temples. Zinc is great. So even if you shut your eyes, open this repertory and look at the boldest recipe here, boldest remedy here, you got it.
Mm.
It'll help in some fashion or another. If you have occiput, if anyone know what occiput is,
Yes.
Yeah.
tell me.
Lower and back.
Back of the head, yeah. So you have to know some of these terms, folks, in order to determine your remedy. So occipital headache, occiput, so many remedies. A headache that goes from your forehead all the way back to your occiput, causticum, seneca, and tuberculinum. A remedy that goes from your forehead to the left occiput. It is differentiating between the right back and the left back. Heart palpitation, and pain all the way to the occiput. Semicifuga, racimosa, and sepia. Plain occiput.
I feel so lucky that I just don't have headaches in my
Very-
life.
Okay.
So lucky, yeah.
Yeah, there are many people who have blinding head, and this is left-sided headache is spigelia. Spigelia is very good for left-sided occiput, forward to the left. Occiput to the left side. You are okay. I'm giving you a hug. Bye. I love you. Love you so much. And so on.
So let me ask you, because these are old, these Materia Medica and so on are old. I mean, they've been written a long time ago, right?
Yes. Yes.
Are there any things that are up to date, like with, being bombarded by EMFs and having the,
Yeah,
result?
strangely enough, yes. And every day, homeopaths are coming out with new remedies. X-ray, radium, mobile phone, polar remedies, which have had great results in EMF bombardment. Phosphorus is great for EMF as well. Radium is great. Radium bromatum is wonderful for EMF. My next door neighbor, I gave her those two remedies. She has severe sensitivity to EMF. There are new bird remedies and fish remedies that have come out, and they're now, we've gone from like 100, 150 remedies to thousands of 8,000 plus remedies now.
Whoa.
So yeah. And those are not in these old Materia Medicas, but these are more than enough to address any human condition, these 3,000 remedies. Actually, 100 remedies are enough to address most of your conditions.
Okay.
Anyone want to look at any other particular thing? Say diarrhea.
Oh, I know. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't want to hog it, but the ocular migraine.
okay. Ocular. Let's see what ocular shows up. No results for ocular. Eye. Zig. Nothing.
Yeah.
You know, it will show up in Kent. Kent's repertory has a larger selection. So let's see. Migraine.
It's funny that it's called a migraine because there's no pain at all.
Oh, there's no pain. Okay.
It's just you know, that squiggly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eye. Oh, vision. What am I doing? Vision. Zig. Let's see if there's zigs and zags. There you go. Vision circles, zigzags. Ignatia, sepia, violet, odorata. I would say violet is your remedy. Ignatia is another great remedy for vision circles, zigzags, flickering, zigzags of color, sepia. These are actually great remedies for you and they fit you. Yes.
Right.
Fiery zigzags is Nat Muir, another great sort of ocular migraine remedy. So Nat Muir is wonderful. It comes up so many times. Lachesis is wonderful. Graphites is wonderful. So while you're writing, you see vision zigzag, that's Thuya. Wavy zigzags is Thuya. Outside the range of vision, zigzags is graphites. Fluttering zigzags is Thuya again. But for you, I would say Ignatia is wonderful. Just take a dose of Ignatia. And if it's more of a migraine nature, violet odorata.
Yeah, it's just a visual, you know.
It's a visual. Okay, okay. I would say Nat Muir and or Ignatia.
Okay.
And let me think about Nat Muir. I think Ignatia would work better for you.
Okay.
Just a high dose Ignatia, 200 C or something.
Okay.
Lachesis is actually pretty good too. Try the Lachesis. Was this recent? That this has not happened all your life, right?
No.
Okay.
You know, it happened some years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then it hasn't happened for years, and then for some reason, you know, around now,
Mm-hmm.
it happens only occasionally. I mean, almost never, but it, you know.
Okay. If I had my druthers, I would say try Lachesis. Lachesis. Postmenopausal, these kinds of vision issues, and you know, you tend to be a hot person rather than a cold person. Lachesis is a great remedy for you.
Okay.
Lachesis, Nat Muir is good.
Great.
All right. Okay. Now I'm gonna stop sharing and or actually stop recording. Stop recording. And so